Hey there, creators and tech enthusiasts. Imagine dragging and dropping any file directly into Blender and having it automatically set up everything for you. Imagine having professional level compositing tools that are as easy to use as connecting puzzle pieces. Well, stop imagining because Blender 4.5 LTS makes all of this a reality and it's completely free. Welcome back to Ataria News Channel. I'm your host and today we're diving into something massive. Blender 4.5 LTS is dropping on July 15th, 2025. And let me tell you, this isn't just another update. This is the grand finale of the Blender 4 series. And it's absolutely packed with game changing features that'll revolutionize how you create 3D content. Let's start with the feature that's going to change everything, the new drag and drop import system. You know how frustrating it used to be to import files into Blender? Well, those days are officially over. Here's what's incredible. You can now literally drag any supported file, whether it's a CSV spreadsheet, an HTML 3D model, a text file, or even complex VDB volume data. Well, you can drag any of these directly into Blender's node editor and it automatically creates the perfect import node for you. No more hunting through menus, no more guessing settings, just drag, drop, and you're ready to create. This works with CSV files for data visualization, STL files for 3D printing models, text files for procedural content, VDB files for smoke and fluid simulations, OBJ and PLY models, and so much more. Think about what this means for your workflow. You're cutting out literally hours of setup time on complex projects. But wait, there's more. The geometry nodes system, already the most powerful procedural modeling tool in any free software, just got a massive upgrade. The new set mesh normal node might sound technical, but here's what it actually does. It gives you complete control over how light bounces off your 3D models. You can now create surfaces that look like they have incredible detail even when they are actually simple shapes. It's like having a magic wand for realistic materials and lighting. And here's the cool part, they've introduced a new free format that processes these effects up to 10 times faster than before. Your renders will be quicker, your viewport will be smoother, and your creative process will be more fluid than ever. Plus, the new format string node makes working with image sequences, like when you're creating animations or importing footage, as simple as trying a pattern. Now you won't have to manually load hundreds of files. Okay, let's talk about compositing. That's where you combine different visual elements to create your final image or video. Think of it like Photoshop, but for 3D and video work. The compositor in Balance 4.5 has been completely revolutionized. They have added tons of new nodes that work just like the ones in geometry nodes and shading. So if you know how to use one system, you can use them all. New nodes include vector math for complex calculations, vector rotate for spinning and orienting elements, mix nodes for blending different types of data, clamp for controlling value ranges, float curve for smooth transitions, black body for realistic lighting temperatures. Now, what this means in simple terms? Well, you can now create Hollywood level visual effects with the same ease as connecting Lego blocks. Every setting can be controlled externally, making complex compositions incredibly flexible and powerful. Here's something that might not sound flashy, but is actually used for professionals. Full point cloud object support. Point clouds are basically millions of tiny dots in 3D space that reflect real world objects. Think LIDAR scans from phones, 3D scanning, or scientific data visualization. Blender 4.5 now treats these as first class citizens, meaning you can import massive datasets from drones, 3D scanners, or research equipment and work with them directly. This opens up Blender for entirely new industries like architecture, archaeology, engineering, scientific research, and even forensic reconstruction. Now, here's something crucial to understand. Blender 4.5 is an LTS release that stands for long term support. This means it's not just another update, it's a stable, production ready version that will receive security updates and bug fixes until July 2027. Why does this matter? Well, if you're a professional, a studio, or someone working on long term projects, you need stability. You can't have your software changing every few months when you're working on a client project or a feature film. Blender 4.5 LTS gives you that kind of reliability. And here's the exciting part, this is also the final major release before Blender 5.0 drops in November 2025. That means 4.5 is like the ultimate polished version of everything Blender has learned over the past few years, all packaged into one incredibly powerful tool. Now, there are a couple of important changes to be aware of. This will be the last version of Blender that officially supports Intel Mac computers. If you are on Intel Mac, you might want to plan for an upgrade or consider switching over to the PC version. Also, if you're working with very old files from big Indian systems, although that's pretty rare, but I mean, it's worth mentioning, those won't be supported in future versions. For 99% of users, these changes won't affect you at all. Whether you are a beginner, the drag and drop system and unified node interface make learning Blender easier than ever. If you're a freelancer, the stability of LTS plus these workflow improvements will boost your productivity significantly. If you're a studio professional, you can enterprise level features with 3 years of support, all for free. If you're an educator, you can teach with confidence knowing the software won't dramatically change. And if you're a hobbyist, well, you're getting professional grade tools that would cost thousands in other software. Blender 4.5 LTS isn't just an update. I'd say it's a statement. It's saying that the professional grade 3D software doesn't have to cost a fortune. It's like innovation doesn't have to be locked behind corporate paywalls. And it's like the future of 3D creation is open, accessible, and incredibly powerful. When this releases on July 15th, you're getting software that competes with tools costing thousands of dollars per year. Tools like Maya, 3ds Max, Cinema 4D, but it's completely free with no limitations, no watermarks, no subscriptions. And hey, if this video helped you understand what comes in Blender 4.5, smash that like button and subscribe to Atarian News channel for more breakdowns of the biggest updates in creative technology. Mark your calendars, guys, for July 15, 2025. The future of 3D creation is almost here. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.